Welcome to DIY Gourmet Basic Recipes. Today we are doing a potato salad, and this is a great starter recipe that you can launch off from and add on as you like. We'll start with a good bit of salt in the water, probably about half a tablespoon to 2 quarts of water inside of the pan. What we're going to do is let that boil nice and steady until it reaches just before breaking the surface, which is where I like to put in the potatoes at. And you can place them in nice and gently so they don't splash around. Or you can splash them in if you like. But either way, they're going to need to boil for about 8 to 10 minutes. And the trick is going to be the poke test, where you pick one up, you poke it with a toothpick or a small knife, and you see if it holds on to the toothpick or the small knife, and if it does, then it's not quite ready. But if it starts to slip, then it is just about where you want it to be. Because with potato salad, there's going to be carryover cooking, unless you rinse the potatoes with a cold water bath beforehand. However, if you use the carryover cooking, this will lend you to a nice creamy potato salad that stops just shy of being soft, but ends up being right at the point of al dente. And that is where you want it, because a potato salad should be firm, not soft, but not too crunchy, except if you add onions. Now, here, in this potato salad, we're going to add a couple of dried herbs that you can add as a fresh herb if you wish. But when you do, you're going to want to use approximately 3 times the amount to account for the difference in water. Now, with the potato salad, as it's boiling, you're going to want to stir it around a couple of times. And here comes the point where you're going to do the prick test, where you either place it with a toothpick or a small knife, and you see how it handles inside, or if it needs to be taken for just a few more minutes. And as it needs to be, so it will. But when it is ready, you're going to drain it off and let the carryover cooking do its work. Now, 8 to 10 minutes on a medium boil is about where you want it to be. Now, when it's time to come to mix in the herbs, we're going to add in a 1/4 teaspoon of dill. And this is for about a pound of potatoes, a little bit over, about half a kilogram is where we're at with it. After that, we've got ourselves 2 tablespoons of dried chopped onion. After that, we're going to do about a teaspoon of parsley, maybe a tablespoon if you prefer. And again, if it's dried herbs, use roughly 3 times the amount if it's going to be fresh. We've got ourselves a tablespoon of dried garlic right there, the powder. And then what we're going to do after that is get the mayonnaise on there. Not quite yet, actually. We're going to have black pepper, and the black pepper will be there along with a hint more salt. Now, we like grind the black pepper fresh, because doing so will give it the best flavor imparted into the potatoes. And a little bit of sea salt, probably about 1/8 of a teaspoon there, a little more than a pinch, a little less than a dash. And after that, you get the mayonnaise, and put the mayonnaise in. This is going to be about a cup of mayonnaise, maybe a little more, because what happens with the dried herbs is it soaks up a little bit more of the moisture, so you need to use a tad bit extra. Now, when it comes time to mix, you're going to want to use a folding technique, because if you mix rough, it's going to break the potato up, and you really don't want that unless you want a creamy potato salad, and that'll be your choice where you like to take it. But by using the folding technique, you'll maintain most of the edge of the potato, and it'll have just enough so that you've got a creamy cohesion of emulsion between all of the bits of nice squared off diced potato. And you let it sit after that for about 30 minutes at the minimum. If you let it sit overnight, the flavor will be amazing. And at this point, you can add your favorite add-ons: boiled eggs, celery bits, olives, however you might please. Thanks for watching, everybody. Do it yourself gourmet. We'll see you next time.